Everybody, today we're going to do a little fun with chemicals and coins. We have a little bottle of Nic-a-date and we're going to see what it does to these buffalo head nickels. Let's get the camera set up and let's see what we can do. I got the camera set up. Today we're going to be playing with some Nic-a-date, which is a mild acid that's used to restore the date on buffalo head nickels. You can see these nickels dates are just completely worn. They're called coal in the coin collecting community. And it is going to destroy the value of the coin, but it's going to be pretty cool because we're going to be able to reveal the dates that probably haven't seen for years and just see what we have here. And then we're also going to try to see if we could probably get a mint mark on the back of one of these as well. Maybe, if we're lucky. So I'm going to get this set up. We're going to start applying some of this solution on there and we'll see what we can do. All right, now I've never done this before, so how we're going to do it is different levels of time to see the best result on our buffalo heads. We're going to start with this one because it is the most worn. I'm going to apply a drop here. We're going to let it sit, see what we can do. We'll give it about 45 seconds. I think that'll be a good starting point. So let me get this set up here. I just got to pop the top off the Nic-a-date. Here we go. Now you can only apply a little bit to right here where the date is. Applying too much will eat the coin away, and you only want to do a drop. So you want to just put it right there on the date. That's awesome. Now we're going to let it sit for 45 seconds, and I'll bring you back in after it sits. All right, guys, bringing you in. We got our timer going off. We're going to pick up the coin here. We already see a date starting to form. I'm going to dip it in one water and then a second water, then clean it off just to dilute the acid. Here we go. I already see a date. 1919. And that's a really good reveal right there for a date. It actually doesn't look too bad at all. So we almost hit the right on the head with the 45 seconds. For the next coin, I'm going to try for a minute just to see if that affects anything. So let's grab another one. Let's grab this one here. And I'm going to apply it for a minute. And I'll bring you back when our minute's up. All right, a minute is up on this one. I already see a 1920s date coming through. Again, we dip in one water, break it up, dip it in a cleaner water, clean it off with a paper towel. So this was the minute test. And we'll bring you in right there. We have a 1925 on the buffalo head. Now, if you notice the whitening right there, I'm going to try to reduce that on the next coin. So I think the sweet spot is between that 45 second and that minute mark. And what I'm going to try to do is be more accurate with the placement of the acid. So I'm actually going to leave you on for this next coin. Place the acid off camera so it's perfectly on the 1925 or whatever date that the next one's going to be. And that way you could see the effects of just more accurate placement with like the perfect amount of time. All right, this one I did an extremely small drop, and now I'm going to try to apply it just to the date area, just to see if we could get the date out, but save the rest of the coin so it doesn't get all gray on it. Now, I don't know if you noticed where the other stack of coins are. We had a mishap when I was going to set this up and put too much on, and then I tried to see what happens if you put it on a lot of the coin. So we might try that before we end and just putting it on the whole front of the coin and see what happens to the Indian. We let this one sit. It's only got to sit. We're going to try for 50 seconds. I think that might be the sweet spot. Now, it's so interesting just how this works. So it's a very, very mild acid. It's essentially equivalent to almost like vinegar and hydrogen peroxide mixing together to form this Nic-a-date stuff. And it's just eating off a minute layer of the coin enough to re-etch the date where the press has really pressed in and hardened the metal where the date is. And let's check this one out. The timer's going off in the other room. Let it sit. We dip. We dip in the clean. We'll wash it off on a coin. And we got a 1919 right there. And now as we let it sit, it'll start to reveal a little bit more. The only thing I don't like is how white it gets the coin. So that's why I want to try doing the whole front of a coin. So let me reset, and I'll bring you guys back. I don't want anybody to think I'm into torturing coins, but I just want to see what this will do. So this is a really beat up buffalo, super worn. I'm going to stick it in this plastic cup here, and we're just going to let it sit in the Nic-a-date. I just want to see if we leave it. I'm going to do a whole nother coin while we leave it. Really spray it on there. Make sure it's submerged in the Nic-a-date. All right, it's completely submerged in the Nic-a-date. Right there. We're going to let that sit. And then I'm going to do a whole nother coin right here. This one I'm going to do for a minute. Right on the date area. Here we go. I use this little modified fork as my spreader. And then I'll set a timer. Alexa, set timer for 55 seconds. And it's so interesting to me that you could reveal the date of a coin that's just been so worn away. These other buffalo heads here, how the dates came back. I really like how this 1925 took. You could really see the dates. And this one here where I actually messed up that 1918. It's very well done. This one could have probably used a little bit more. And this one as well, just a little bit longer, just to see if we could get a better raise of the date. Once this timer goes off, I'm going to treat this one. We'll pull out the fully submerged one and see what happened to the coin after sitting in there. But timer's almost going off. Let's see what we get. I'm really curious to see if this cleans the coins as well as just eats the little minute layers of metal off, or what it's actually doing to it. This one's fully submerged, so it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like afterwards. And timer's going off, so let's get this one cleaned up. This one, I really can't see the date. This one might need a second batch. Oh yeah, this one, the date didn't come through at all. Slightly, very minute, but not really that much. We're gonna let this one go for another go around. But in the meantime, we could take this guy out here. He's sitting in the Nic-a-date. And I'm gonna pause you real quick so I could get this out of here. And I'll bring you back in. All right, guys, bringing you back in. I got it out of the solution. And it really just looks like a brushed steel coin. And we see a date of 1927 right there. This is awesome. I actually like how it looks. I mean, it really devalues the coin because it just eats away at it. But it looks kind of brushed and cool, almost like a stainless steel. But thank you for watching this video. It's my first time experimenting with Nic-a-date. I know a lot of people do it just to look at the dates on their buffalo heads for their private book filling out in their collections. So I really thought this was some cool stuff, and it really works very well. I'm going to do a little bit more experimenting with it to see if I could get better dates and how I can impact the coin and get what I want to show without damaging the coin severely and giving it this weird two-tone look like this coin here. But again, thank you for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I hope you have a great night.